Welcome everybody to the very first episode of Talkin Talkies, a brand new movie podcast where we talk talkies. I'm Chris Mealy, and I'm here with
Gabriel Moreno
and Doug Davis.
Man, we're such a good group of guys. We've been good boys lately, and I think we, deserve this time to talk about some talkies. Now, how you guys doing in general? What's up?
Doing pretty good today.
That's good. I'm doing pretty good myself,
So what movies have you seen lately, Chris?
That's a good question, Doug. I'm gonna let you know right now that last night I went out to the theater. I didn't get any popcorn because it's expensive, and I saw A Cure for Wellness. And I'll tell you what, The Cure for Wellness, much better than the critics have been saying. In fact, I think might be criminally underrated. They're really taking it to the barnyard and really giving it the business. And I don't think that should be allowed. I think it should be allowed. They're sharing their opinion, but I don't think it's as bad as they say. In fact, I thought it was really good. I thought
Who said it was bad?
Critics, I guess.
Classic critics.
The Rotten Tomato score is 40% right now.
That's pretty bad.
What about IMDb?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention.
Check.
Oh, okay. We got Doug fact checking over there. Today's fact check is brought to you by.
It's 6.7 by the users, and by the critics, it's 46 out of 100.
Jesus, 46.
So
See, that's nuts.
Deep.
Because I thought it was a really good movie. It's basically mystery horror taking place in an asylum, basically. And from that, you'd expect Shutter Island, right? You'd expect something really bizarre, plot structure, we don't know what's going on. But it's really weird, but not in the sense of plot structure. It's more weird in just the sense of there's just some weird stuff that happens.
Well, another odd movie. Hate to cut you off here. An odd movie I saw recently, and it's odd for different reasons, but it's Birdman. Because there's no cut. There's
Weird
no
movie.
cuts in the whole movie. How'd they do it, Chris?
I mean, is that what makes it weird though? Would you say?
It's definitely unique because
Sure.
there's no cuts.
Yeah, it is.
The cuts are hidden. They hide the cuts.
Yeah, they hide the cuts. I mean, it's been done, but they pull it off really well.
Okay, I know Alfred Hitchcock did it that one time.
Rope, yeah, he did it with Rope, but there's also there's a few other. I'm not gonna
I heard Rope. He originally wanted to just film it in one take.
but he couldn't.
But he couldn't because the limitations on the memory.
Many limitations.
Could only film for 10 minutes long. But
Yeah.
also that would be a pain in the ass for the
real.
actors to do it in one take. Because
Yeah.
then it's basically just a play. And you have to execute it perfectly, otherwise you knock over the cameraman.
See, now we have the technology, but there's been other movies that have done one take. I haven't seen. There's one recent. I think what was it? It was called Victoria or something. Maybe I'm might be really wrong here. I don't know what it's called. You could probably just look up, Doug. Look up one take films.
One take films.
And it'll probably come up. It's very recent. It was actually shot in one take, the whole thing. And I don't know if that it interests me very much. When I went into Birdman, I didn't know it was one take. But that just the fact that it was one take, took me off guard.
It looks like it's one take.
Yeah. It looks like one take.
Of course.
No, they do that they whip that camera around.
They whip it all right. Yeah.
And then that's where they hide the cuts in.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting how they do that.
Yeah, the way they hide cuts is well done. Very efficient.
I knew it won Best Picture. Did it win for film editing?
Probably.
Should I look that
Fact
up?
checker?
Should I look
It
up?
probably maybe it was up against Whiplash, which may have also gotten something.
Was it up against
for
Whiplash?
for editing. I don't know what did get best editing. I mean, best editing's not really
Wow.
I mean, Birdman,
It's still definitely of note.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course.
Yeah, didn't what is it, La La Land use the same technique?
What do you mean?
For the one takes while they were doing the dance routines?
Probably. It probably. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm sure La La Land will win Best Editing this year.
Yeah, it's
just because the rhythm of the film just moves.
It did not win.
It did not. What did win?
What did win film?
It wasn't. It actually wasn't even nominated in film editing.
Oh my gosh!
Really? I mean, I guess.
What won?
What? Yeah. What did win?
What year was it?
2015.
20. It was the 2015 Oscars, but
because last year
it's a 2014 movie.
The Bear movie,
right?
Whiplash, Tom Cross.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I could have. Yeah.
Because wasn't La La Land also done by the same guy who did?
Was
Whiplash?
It? Is it?
Am I right?
No. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Damien Chazelle. I thought you were talking about editing.
Well, I mean.
Damien Chazelle, yes.
Yeah.
Director.
I just had a brain lapse. Yeah.
All right. Do we want to move on to?
Whoa! Let's hear from Gabe. What have you watched, Gabe?
Well, actually, both the movies I've seen most recently are both Jodorowsky related.
Here we go.
Both of which, one of the ones I saw recently independently was Jodorowsky's Dune. Fantastic movie. The worst thing about it was that it was never made, unfortunately. David Lynch, man, wherever you are, take notes, because Jodorowsky really had a vision for what he was doing. In fact, he went so far to inspire other movies in the future, or people to do art for other movies, make them more iconic, like Alien, for instance. So, and then we all watched Holy Mountain, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
one of Jodorowsky's masterpieces.
We all got to get together. We put on the old family-friendly adventure film Holy Mountain.
Family friend.
We had a good time with that one. I don't know if you guys necessarily paid attention.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't know.
Chris is taking shots over there.
I mean,
for not paying attention, and I'm using air quotes. You can't see that, but you can kind of hear it about it.
Okay. It's not,
But Chris is right. I was definitely on my phone a lot of that time.
My
yeah.
gosh.
But I was paying attention. I was paying attention.
I'll be honest, didn't pay attention at the time, but I did rewatch it to get a good opinion.
Oh, you
on
did?
It.
I
did?
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Okay. Good. Good job, Gabe.
Long, but worth a watch. Worth a watch.
It is worth the watch.
Better on the second watch.
Yeah. It's did a lot of the imagery make more sense?
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, because the whole idea is you watch the first movie, you get an understanding of the plot. And then after you watch the movie a second time, you start to understand the hidden, not hidden per se, but just all the symbolism and all the unspoken, things to understand.
Like the subtext.
Exactly.
Say, yeah.
Exactly.
Would you say, Chris, that this is a bizarre visual masterpiece and proof that Jodorowsky is nuts?
Are you reading my review?
Would you say that?
You know what? I'm going to say something. I did say it, and I agree. I think I'm right. I think I nailed it really well. And I would continue to say.
Well, what did you give it? What did you give it in stars?
Chris gave it 4 out of 5.
Oh,
yeah, I gave it 4 stars.
Understandable.
I think it is a visual, it's visually lush.
Yeah.
Visually striking.
Kind of like Avatar.
Oh my gosh.
Just like Avatar.
My God.
No.
No,
We're not going to Avatar.
No.
We've recorded before. We talked a lot about Avatar, the Avatar forums that still exist to this day. Sadly,
Yeah.
Very depressing.
Can't wait for that Avatar 4 movie to come out. Am I right?
And then Avatar 18.
Definitely.
It's gonna be a real good time. All right, Holy Mountain. It's a bizarre masterpiece.
Of course.
It's funny too.
Yeah,
It's funny. It's a funny movie.
It's very impactful, very jarring.
Yeah,
I would say. I mean, in the opening scene, within 5 minutes, I think you see 20 child penises. So really, it's definitely something that brings your attention.
Yeah.
I thought that was later on in the movie.
I mean,
is that not right at the beginning?
You're saying it's right at the beginning?
Oh, the part where they're all running towards him,
and then
naked.
You just see a man.
You just see, all the naked men.
Yes.
And the Deformed Man.
Yes.
Could I say would
Deformed.
I don't know. Like crippled. Jesus.
The guy without legs.
Other way.
He doesn't have. What do you have? No, he has stubs.
The polite gentleman.
He's got stubs. He's a stub man. Okay, come on. What's going on here? Are you attacking me? What is this? Anyway, okay, it's a great movie.
It is.
Prepare yourself if you're gonna go in for viewing. It's worth it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's worth it. It's good. Okay.
All right, moving on.
Let's move on to the main course.
The Oscars are coming up.
As
we all know.
The big show, the big cheese, everyone.
And so we saw some Oscar movies. Some of us saw more than others.
Some of them watched all of them.
Not gonna name names, but
name him right now.
Definitely some good movies on the Oscars list. And then some maybe not so great movies, whatever. We're gonna talk about some of those movies today.
We're gonna talk about the movies we liked, and we're gonna say all this while Gabe sits in silence.
Absolutely.
I'm kidding.
Chris,
Okay.
Go ahead and start talking about La La Land, right?
Well, now wait a second. You can't just jump right in. We had an idea.
You gotta give a segue.
We had an idea.
Like, compare and contrast.
Yeah.
Get some points in. First, establish our preferences.
We gotta establish our preferences.
Where do we stand? Where do you stand, Chris? Who do you think?
Who do you think what?
What movie do you think is most
Okay,
likely to win?
what we're gonna do basically is we're each gonna say what we think is gonna win. What or
of course.
Well, what deserves to win Best Picture or what?
In your opinion, what do you think deserves? Let's make it very
the
subjective.
thing about that is that's kind of difficult.
When it gets to me, I'm throwing out all your rules, Chris, and I'm just talking about what I want to.
Okay, I'm just gonna say something. What I'm gonna do, what we're each gonna do, is we're gonna say the movie that we think will win, and also.
Well, no. The movie we want
we
to
all
win.
we all think one movie will win without saying
Yes.
that movie, but we're gonna say the movie we want to win, and
Yes.
each of us we made a rule that we can each pick one, and the other, you can't pick the same as the other person, just for some variation. Also because Gabe hasn't seen all of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because he's mostly seen like two of them, and that goes.
Jodorowsky calls.
My pick, I'm jumping right in here, going right for the jugular. My pick, I guess, is La La Land. I'm gonna be that guy.
What a surprise!
I'm gonna be that guy who's gonna pick the popular kid at the table.
Who's your favorite actor again, there, Chris?
Ryan Gosling's in it, and he's one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. But Emma Stone is becoming one of my favorites too. And it's not about that. It's not just because
not by association.
Two of our greatest stars happen to be starring in a charming film that by the end you fall in love with. No, it's not about that. It's about that. That's why I picked it. I think it's just it's a charming movie. I love it. I think it's actually very different from the other picks in a sense. I think.
Well, it's a musical.
Yeah, it's the only musical.
It's a musical. Yeah, exactly. I think it'd be. It's probably one of those rare musicals that I enjoy. Not a musical head. Musicals tend to be not even 50-50, 60-40, 70-30.
It's also.
And if we're gonna get even more mathematical, 80-20.
I mean, especially recently.
None of that made any sense. Okay, what I'm saying is, I thought it's great. It's my favorite of the bunch, even though there are so many great movies here to pick from, which is rare for the Oscars because, usually you don't get as much.
There aren't that many good movies that come out every year.
Yeah.
There's a whole industry devoted to it, but maybe there's like 2 good movies every year.
Usually you don't get
2 or 3.
Usually you don't get like movies of this high caliber. Mm-hmm. Like, they're not all great, but there are more movies that are great this year for our choices for Best Picture as opposed to like last year or the year before. That's just what I think. La La Land is my choice. One of my top favorite movies of the year. surprisingly after Neon Demon, which was my favorite of the year, which they're very different.
Really?
But they're both movies about L.A. I realized this today. They're both films about L.A., but completely different takes on L.A. One's like fun and loud and exciting, and you fall in love with it. The other is very quiet and kind of gross.
I'm assuming
take
that's
on LA.
La La Land and Neon Demon, respectively.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both very different.
As far as La La Land goes, I'd like to hear your take on an analysis question. Like, what do you think about the color? Like, how color's used in the film?
It's very vibrant, which I love. I think color. There's a really, I would say, pinpoint accuracy on the use of color, cinematography. Like there's an.
You sort of. I feel like you sort of feel the mood of the scene just by what the actors or actresses are wearing before they even say anything.
Yeah.
You walk in, they're wearing a yellow dress or a blue shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
And you kind of know how the scene's going to play out before it plays out. I think that's really interesting. There's a lot of movies that happens, but I think La La Land does it.
Yeah.
Does it in almost every scene.
That I think that might be why it wins like best wardrobe for the Oscars. Even though you look at the clothing, it's like okay. Because I don't think it's the best wardrobe.
You mean costume design?
Or
Sure.
Costume, yeah.
You can call them costumes.
It's the best costume. I wouldn't. To be honest, if it didn't win, I'd be fine with it. The other choices are good. Like Hail Caesar, I really like the costume design of that film. Yeah, I'm not like costume design like an important like nominee to me at all, but like
it's still
a part of it. Also, I want to point out one other thing. I think the two comparisons, the two things that connect Neon Demon and La La Land are colors. They're both very colorful movies. And that's like if I'm, apples and oranges over here. That's the ironic thing though, is because apples and oranges, very different color. One has the dang name of the color in its name, orange.
Were oranges named after the color, or was the color named after the fruit?
That's out of my pay grade. That's out of my pay grade, buddy.
Should I do that fact check real quick right now?
You could, and I think they're called oranges because they're orange. All right.
Sounds about right.
What?
But how many orange things are there? Where else would they have gotten the color orange from?
Where does orange where's the first orange thing? Like who's
I don't know.
Who's the first person to use the word orange?
I think we need to call in an orangeologist.
Okay. It all stems back to some egotistical jerk who's like, "Hi, my name's Billy Orange. What's that over there? What's that color?" And they're like, "We don't know." I'm like, "Well, it's called orange now." And they're like, "Okay," and they stick to it.
That's it.
Because no one has. Sorry, I had to unplug a fridge because it was making noise. Because no one had the balls to name this color. All right, I said my pick. I gave my ideas. You asked questions. I answered. Who wants to go next, huh?
Real quick, if we can go back to La La Land. La La Land looks here. It's been nominated for 12 categories.
I thought it was 13. Or no, 14.
Okay.
He looks like he has a chance to.
You probably know more than I do.
All right, I know more than the fact checker, folks.
How many is it gonna win?
All right, I'm gonna go.
What's the over under? Like, is it gonna win?
I'm gonna guess at least 6.
Okay.
At least 6. I think that's a safe number, right? 6 to 8.
Reasonable.
I'll go 6 to 8 here. I don't want to be honest. I don't really. 14's a lot.
Right, 14. It does have 14
that's
nominations.
Huge. That's a huge amount.
Just under Titanic level.
There's only 14 categories to begin with. Am I right?
Yeah, part of me is glad the movie was nominated for so many.
Definitely more than 14.
Part of me is glad that it was nominated for so many, but at the same time, it's like
there's other movies
for any movie. For any movie, 14's a lot.
I'm looking at you, Titanic.
Yeah, you. Okay.
All right, Gabe, you want to go next?
Let's kick it
off. You go ahead, Doug. You go ahead.
All right, Gabe.
Kick it off with
Wait, well, what's your?
with your pick.
I want to go with.
I want to let you know I will be talking about Arrival today. Arrival's a great sci-fi movie. No matter what Gabe says, I don't want him to look at me like this weirdly throughout my segment. This is my segment now, Gabe. Thank you. Anyway, if I had to vote, like if I had a ballot, like and I'm a part of the academy, I'm not sure if I would vote for Arrival. But I'm going to be talking about Arrival because it's a movie we all saw. And I was told I had to pick Arrival. And Arrival is also a great movie. It would be in my top 3 without a doubt.
Yeah. Okay, well, state your case. If this was a debate.
My case is first off, Amy Adams is brilliant in this movie. She carries the movie. She's in almost every scene.
Agreed.
And she's really good. It's a really good performance. She deserves Best Actress even though she didn't get nominated. I think she won the Golden Globe for it or something like that. But should have won the Oscar, should have been nominated. Wasn't for whatever reason. Who knows? I'm not in charge of that. But anyway, it's a really interesting movie because it makes you think about how time works or how we think time works and how in the universe that was created by the director of the movie, how it actually works and how that plays in a non-linear time frame. But it's also different because the universe is non-linear and for time. Basically, none of the characters know that until later on in the movie, and Amy Adams figures it out sort of slowly over time with the help of the alien. Oh, big spoiler alert here. I'm sort of ruining the movie if you haven't seen it. Can we add it in post where I say this part at the beginning of the movie?
Let me just say one thing. If you're signing up for this podcast, you're gonna get some spoilers.
Oh, of course.
I mean, you know, you can go into you should watch all of them. Watch all the Oscar picks, then come back. Well, just do it.
At least the 3 we've chosen today.
We did. Yeah. 2 of the 3 people here did.
Yeah.
You probably don't need to see all of them, though.
No,
you don't. Okay, I'm not gonna say they're like essential.
The 4 I would recommend La La Land, Moonlight, Manchester by the Sea, and Arrival. Without a doubt. The other movies,
I'd say 5 of them are essential.
I'd say you might.
I would add in Hell or High Water.
I'm saying if Hell or High Water's on, check it out. If Lion is on, check it out. You can check out Fences or Hidden Figures if you want to. If you're in the mood for a play, Fences is great. If you're like, man, I want to go to the theater, but I want to stay at home and watch a movie.
No love for Mel Gibson.
I mean, Hacksaw Ridge was alright, I guess.
What's your opinion on Mel Gibson?
I actually forgot Hacksaw Ridge was nominated.
Yeah. You forgot?
I forgot. I saw the movie, though.
How dare you?
I kind of didn't expect it to be nominated, if we're being honest here. I didn't expect it.
I'm just surprised it got in over The Silence. Personally.
It what? Wait, say that again?
That it got in over Silence.
You're happy about that?
No, I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Silence wasn't that great.
Silence didn't make any money, is the only thing. Look at it.
The Academy cares about
definitely money based. Look at all the Oscar nominees this year. They've all made money. I think there's one maybe that didn't make money. What was that? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there was a big thing about how when Hurt Locker won Best Picture, that was like the least amount of money ever made by a Best Picture winner.
I guess, you could argue that, there's a correlation between box office and,
So what you're saying is Hacksaw Ridge has no chance of winning because it made a bunch of money?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Hacksaw Ridge was nominated because it made money. I think it did. I don't know. I don't get.
Can we get some fact checking up here?
Go on IMDb right now and type in Hacksaw Ridge and look how much money it made.
Yeah,
all right.
Just do Hacksaw Ridge.
It was nominated because it made money. Silence was not nominated because it made nothing.
Yeah.
And which is weird because you got Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, exactly.
And Catholicism.
It's basically...
We know Catholicism, man. A lot of people want to watch movies about Catholicism.
It's a complex version of Hacksaw Ridge. Because when you think of it, Hacksaw Ridge is very simplistic. Especially compared to Silence. So
Hacksaw Ridge made, it looks like 175 million worldwide, just under that.
Mm-hmm.
As of today. And that's worldwide.
175 million.
Let's compare that to
Only
La La Land.
175 million.
What was La La Land's box office?
Well, oh my God, La La
Our
Land made a
pick.
lot.
Our resident pick here.
I think maybe the movie that made the least might be Moonlight. You think?
I mean,
I would say I don't
we'll
know.
find out.
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures are great.
Hidden Figures just came out though.
Ooh.
No, Hidden Figures. Well,
Did La La Land make less than?
Hidden Figures came out like a few months ago, right? Because that's been in the theaters for
La
a while.
La
a while
Land
now.
made 341 million worldwide.
There you go.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
So
That's
it
still
made
a lot.
La La Land made more money domestic than Hacksaw Ridge did worldwide.
That's it's still La La Land was a hit for a musical.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, I would say. And then how much did Arrival make? Probably
Good
more
questions
than
to
its
ask.
budget. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I would bet.
None of them are flops.
Oh my goodness.
How much? Say it. How much?
You wanna
That
go ahead?
21
Go
million.
ahead, Gabe, say it.
So Moonlight made a whopping 21 million or 21 million
Out of a what budget? What was the budget?
Probably
budget.
like $20.
20 bucks.
Oh, I'm
Get the hell outta
sorry.
here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh
What
my
are you
God.
doing?
I'm
God,
sorry.
20
It's
bucks.
bias.
I'm
Doug,
sorry. I'm
come
sorry.
on.
Obviously.
What are you doing?
I mean, it has color. Like it's no Clerks.
Moonlight is the next Clerks.
It's the next Clerks. Well,
5 million.
there's a different kind of black and white.
That was
So
the budget?
5 million. The Moonlight budget was $5 million US dollars.
See, I would. Whatever. 5 million. See, so it's not a flop.
Moonlight
But
probably didn't make. It probably didn't open up like in all the theaters.
Look,
No.
not everybody's a fan of art. That's just the
Okay.
problem.
I think we all know what movie Gabe chose. So I think let's move it on over to Gabe. Gabe,
Have you finished refuting? Have you finished?
Gabe, what did
What's
you?
that?
Gabe,
Arrival made a
Only
bunch more money.
$195?
It made
Gabe, what did you think?
195 million, sir.
Tell me, what did you think of Hidden Figures? Your choice.
Hidden Figures? Oh well,
The joke
know-
is Gabe didn't see this one.
Yeah.
and not most of them. But Moonlight, one of the
All
ones that
right,
I
hold
did
on.
get a chance
In
to
Hidden
try.
Figures, in the beginning, they're stranded in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yes.
Their car broke down.
Yeah.
They say something's wrong with the starter. If you remember, I know this is very, very specific.
Yeah.
But if something's wrong with the starter, wouldn't the car not have even started
I don't know.
for the car to be able to break down in the middle of nowhere? I don't know anything about cars. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, so why are we talking
But
about?
I'm just saying, if something's wrong with the starter, the car wouldn't have started that morning.
Why do you remember
So they would
that?
have been
Why?
they would have been in a driveway broken down instead of the middle of nowhere. But
I think there was
I
someone
don't
was
know.
tampering with their car.
I don't know.
You know what? They
Who
probably
knows?
didn't have a resident mechanic.
I'll let
Okay.
it. I'll,
fact check.
Alright. Hidden-
I'll let it go because
Movie
I don't know
details.
about cars.
All right, I got a
Totally
Hidden
get it.
Figures fan theory here. All right, we got one character. Okay, Marshala Ali. I'm saying his name wrong, probably right. He was in. Okay, that was right. All right.
I'm just saying he's a great actor.
You're giving me a
I'm
positive
giving you a
vibe over
positive
there.
approval because he's
Yeah.
a great actor.
He's
not
a
'cause
great.
you
Oh,
said-
he's fantastic. Okay, look.
Not because you.
Marshala Ali, of Moonlight fame, who's also in Hidden Figures. He messed with their car
Nope.
and he tampered with it.
No, this isn't funny anymore. sorry, I brought this part
That
out.
I just want to make it a crossover.
Well, can we edit this part out and post?
No.
Oh my god.
All right, just fucking continue.
Arrival's a
Anyways.
great movie.
No, it's not your movie.
What's your rap? No, any more points you want to make on Arrival?
Oh, wait.
Before
Oh,
we
you're
move on?
The
talking
beginning of the movie is the end of the movie. Am I right?
It's
Come
not
on.
your turn
That's so-
anymore.
That's so unique.
Stop
The beginning of the
spoiling
movie is
it.
the end of the
Yeah,
movie.
It's
yeah,
Gabe's-
man.
This isn't
It's a
Memento.
circle. It's a
not
circle.
I guess it
It's a
quite
circle.
literally is a circle.
It is
Circles
quite
are pretty
literally a
important in that
circle.
movie.
What? Okay,
Aren't
look.
they?
You're not Matthew McConaughey. This isn't True Detective. You guys probably even watched. It's a great show.
I heard I don't need to watch season 2 though.
Oh no, you don't. You don't.
Okay.
We're not. This
It's kind of.
isn't-
Is it like The Wire where it's like, yeah, season 1's great, season 2,
I don't know. I haven't seen The Wire.
Well, I've seen The Wire, buddy,
All
and it
right.
sounds like True Detective and The Wire are pretty similar in that.
We got a wire
So
head
there's this
over
movie
here.
Moonlight. Here.
Gabe,
That
start over again. Reintroduce yourself.
So I'm Gabe. I've seen a whopping 2
When's your birthday?
out of the
How old are you?
Social Security number.
Birthday. I got a free iPod Nano. Come on, I gotta enter
Is
his
the first
information.
digit 5?
No.
Is the second digit 7?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
All right, we know one digit of his social security number, guys.
That's right, folks. That's
We're working
right.
on it long term.
We're gonna slowly
Every
unveil
episode, we're gonna give away.
Stick around for 9 episodes, guys.
number by number. We will slowly unveil Gabe Moreno, whose
Oh, that'll be great. 9th episode.
whose birthday is something.
Anyways.
What's your birthday? Okay, let's get to it. Reintroduce yourself one more time.
Again?
Anyway, can I mention Arrival again?
No! Get out of here.
I didn't even give an
Anyways,
analysis
on
of
to
Arrival, man.
to you know the masterpiece, you know,
I mean,
Moonlight.
it's a movie.
It's an art piece really at this point, you know, and Moonlight clearly, as I've made it very evident, is my pick for the Best Picture, and it just so happens to be both the movie that I would like to win Best Picture and the movie that I believe will win Best Picture, and
Shit.
you know, I'm a little cocky here.
It could.
but
It
I'm
could.
pretty sure, just based because, you know, it really does, you know, every year the Academy has like a checklist, you know, and it really doesn't meet the Academy's checklist, especially since they've been known as like staunch, kind of like maybe like a little right wing when they come to picking movies. So, you know, if you got a movie, it's got minorities.
Stop bringing up
It's
politics.
Yeah.
Okay,
What
no
the hell?
politics.
It's absolutely
This is a movie.
important.
This
Let's
is a
be
movie
honest.
podcast.
Let's be honest
If anything,
here.
it's left wing.
If you're gonna tell me,
Yeah,
When I'm
Academy's
when I hear to talk
definitely
about
left
that.
wing.
When I hear to talk about that.
okay, sure.
Come on,
Anyways.
Hollywood's left wing.
They're the Hollywood liberals.
Am I right?
Well,
Those fucking Hollywood liberals. God damn it.
back to Moonlight. Really, it's just an artfully told story. My personal, I hate to already start bashing on you know Doug's choice here, but I think that Moonlight
Gabe just doesn't
really
get
does
Arrival.
really does just excel so far as storytelling. That, you know, where Arrival kind of becomes a little vague and a little obscure in its storytelling, Moonlight says a lot without saying anything.
What do we think about that guy from The Serious Man? He showed up in Arrival. Remember him?
No. Oh, yes.
Michael Stuhlenberg.
Yeah, he does. He's in
Yeah,
it.
he's the CIA guy.
He was also in Steve Jobs. I don't know if he's all Steve Jobs.
I didn't see. You mean with Ashton Kutcher?
No. No, with Michael Fassbender. Not the Ashton Kutcher one.
Not what
All
do
right,
you
that
mean?
doesn't matter. That's Jobs, okay? Michael Fassbender's in Steve Jobs, all right? The Steve matters.
No,
Wait,
he's
there's-
Magneto.
I didn't know that. I did not know there were two
You're
Steve
right.
Jobs movies.
There are.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
One
like
is much
3 Edward
better than
Snowden
the other.
movies.
The one with Michael Fassbender is better.
Hell no!
The one with Ashton Kutcher is better.
Just kidding, everyone. That's your joke of the day. I make one joke every podcast, and that's the joke.
That's the one joke.
That's the one joke.
Designated.
Hell no. It's my new catchphrase.
Chris has used up his joke quota. I want it noted for the record.
No.
If he
Yeah,
tries to get
well,
another joke cut
yeah,
off his
actually.
mic.
I told you, I make one joke every episode. And that was it. Alright, Gabe, continue what you were saying.
So as I was saying, Moonlight. I mean, I will admit I do have a lot of personal bias when it comes to choosing this movie. Aside from being shot in my hometown, a lot of scenes being in places where I actually have been before.
Liberty City.
Well, near Liberty City. The transit part where he would go from like Liberty City to the beach. I've actually ridden that.
You've been to the beach.
Well,
Wow,
yeah.
Gabe has been to the beach.
I've ridden the
everybody.
Metro Rail.
Got a
that
beach
damn
goer over
movie.
here.
Oh my goodness.
So, back to Moonlight. Just really, I mean, it paints a wonderful picture of something you really don't see is really underrepresented is the kind of urban struggle that a lot of you know children have to go through today, you know, and it really does paint a picture in a best way because, you know, I personally really like when movies have acts, you know, like I would go so far as to say this movie is like an urban Boyhood. If I can make that jump,
Sure.
that comparison.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah, Boyhood's filmed over 12 years.
Yeah.
This was not.
Moonlight has 3 different guys playing one guy at 3 different ages.
It shows the development of a character, all right, over time. So what if they didn't use the same actor? Big deal.
I don't think there's
Big
real
whoop.
development in Boyhood.
Yeah,
by the
big
way.
whoop.
Oh yeah, there's not even development in Boyhood. So what are you saying?
Love Boyhood though.
For
Don't
the
get me
one
wrong.
that actually used
There's
the
no-
same person, was filmed over 12 years, gave substantially more time for development.
Yeah, there's no development.
Still-
There's no change. It's a static character. That's what makes Boyhood so interesting, man.
I would say that would make it
Things just happen.
relatively unrealistic. Because
Wait,
couldn't you argue that like everybody's a dynamic character
No,
when it comes to their own life?
no.
You really think people
Definitely
can just be static
People
for 12
don't.
years?
People don't change.
Oh, okay. Good point. All right.
interesting.
People-
Wait, isn't that what Moonlight's about?
Yeah,
People,
exactly.
people not changing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess you could argue that his character is pretty steadfast, but no, he absolutely evolves. He absolutely does evolve as a
He
character.
wouldn't.
He kind
He
of.
wouldn't have beaten up that one guy.
But I think one thing about it is that's important is that he's kind of just like this introverted guy.
Yeah,
And
Who becomes?
I think most of his lines are something like that. I'm pretty confident. having
he's
just
a man. He's a man with not much to
a
say.
few words.
With well, he has a lot to say, but like not in, with his mouth.
Yeah, with his actions.
Yeah. And it's your movie. I just didn't want to steal from you.
No,
it's your time,
of course.
buddy.
No,
it's
this
your
is
time.
a cooperative event here.
Yeah, this
You know
is
what? You're
this
right.
is a gang up on Doug kind of situation.
Yeah, that's
I-
kind
I-
of
you know
how
what?
it goes.
I haven't been ganging up on Doug enough.
Yeah, that's the problem. So we just gotta
You've
talk about
been-
how Arrival sucks, and that's
Should Arrival win an Oscar?
an Oscar.
An Oscar.
Absolutely.
Okay.
For what?
Best Picture? I don't think so.
For what?
I mean, like, I don't know. What did... I mean,
20 years
we
from now.
Is there a
what-
calligraphy award? Is there a language award? Something
best,
like that?
best production design?
Best original language? would win.
Adapted screenplay.
Adapted, okay.
Best new language.
Best new
Right.
language.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the new Oscar.
Best circle
Was it...
in a movie.
Was Arrival an adapted screenplay?
Yeah.
Did they have, like... Did it describe the language in the book?
No.
Wait,
No.
what's
It was adapted from some short story,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
but it wasn't. There weren't aliens in the short story. I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe there were. I don't. There was something about the short story that was different from the rest of the movie. Spoilers. You know.
I mean,
That's not even a spoiler.
Spoilers for
I
the
didn't even
short
know.
story.
I didn't even know the
That
short story
story's
existed.
No,
Because Moonlight was Moonlight's also an adapted screenplay,
Oh, shit. I gotta read that.
but it was adapted from a play
Oh,
that a
really?
guy wrote about his own life. So
Oh.
Moonlight's basically a true story.
Is it also like an act?
What? It's
Like-
3 acts.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I'm sure that's how it's written.
That's probably
yeah.
why they got it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's my next joke of the day.
Even though it's much more than a play, obviously.
Yeah. But
That's
I mean, the
a-
movie's very
it's a real-
theatrical.
I
in that way.
lied.
It's a play.
I lied. You know, I said I had one joke. I had 2 jokes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you heard the joke, but it wasn't very funny. So, yeah. So you make a lot of good points, Gabe. About
So now we can all agree on
fences.
how Moonlight's gonna win the Best Picture Oscar, right?
Can
Can all agree? What's the consensus? Dog's not saying anything, so that's got to be an agreement. That's got to be a quiet.
You know what?
yes.
If it does, I'll be happy.
It-
But I'll also
okay.
be wrong, which will make me mad.
What should make you? Because you think that not only does La La Land deserve it, you think they will win it. You think La La Land is your pick.
I think it deserves it.
From an object, let's be objective.
If you had
You
to vote,
are the
if
Academy.
you had
It's
to vote,
difficult.
Predict the Academy's decision.
I would give it to La La Land.
No, not
If you-
give it.
Oh wait, what do you?
Who do you think
Yeah, no,
the
no.
Academy is gonna pick?
La La
No, no, no.
Land.
Yeah, obviously he thinks La La Land's gonna win. I
I-
think La
you
La
gotta-
Land's
You
gonna
think
win.
La La Land's gonna win?
But if I had to vote, like I'm a member of the Academy
Yeah.
somehow, I get a vote.
You vote for
My
Arrival.
vote,
I
my
swear to
vote
God.
would probably go to
Hacksaw
Manchester
Ridge.
by the Sea, and Arrival would be number 2.
I could see that.
Moonlight would be number
Good.
3,
Yeah. Okay.
and then La La Land.
Okay.
And maybe La La Land would be my number 3 if I saw it again. But right now, those are my top 4.
Think about this, right? You're an old white guy, right? You get up in the morning. You'll
young
get
white guy.
you'll get your window. I'm talking hypothetically. I know
Well,
you're not an old.
hypothetically, if I'm on the Academy,
I'm just
I would
okay.
have preferred La La Land because I'd be an old
Because you
white
wake
guy.
up every morning, you see LA outside, and you're like, wow,
Relatable.
I can relate. You watch this movie, you're like, wow, 14 Oscars, here you go, buddy. And then, I mean, what are you going to
Well,
not
you
give
know-
it Best Picture?
How many Oscars was Moonlight nominated for? Fact check that out for me, Doug.
Well, I probably like,
I mean, I'll tell you what. You know what? I definitely think Arrival could definitely go for. I'd say best adapted screenplay, especially since it's almost mostly original, since it came from a short story.
Yeah. It could win for writing.
I'd be cool with that.
Moonlight could win for writing.
yeah.
Understandable. The writing is very good, especially
I guess
challenging
La La
with the
Land could
language.
win for writing.
It
But-
could. It just, like,
Oh, actually, score La La Land, is that even a question?
I mean, yes, it will win score.
I'm pretty confident. I mean, it's
yeah.
literally the only one where the score is just as a part of the movie as.
Yeah, it's gonna win best song too.
Although I did enjoy
It
Moonlight score.
it will win for best song, and then it'll also win second place best song too.
I bet.
Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, if one wins, they gotta give it to the other too. That's how it works, right? Hey, you know, we might have a rare tie this year for best picture. It happens.
Does it really
Does it
happen?
happen?
When was the last time it happened?
It's happened before.
What was-
It has.
Well, then
When
they
was the
should.
last time?
If it ties, they should call us to break the tie.
Oh yeah, of course.
They call Talkin Talkies. Gotta get their
Talkin' Talkies, yep.
opinion.
And,
And, of course, the three of us
Well,
would
we're
be like,
gonna vote for Moonlight, right?
well, wait.
if it's between La La Land and Moonlight, then I guess I have to break the tie.
Yeah, you gotta break the tie.
You gotta
I
pick
gotta
the tie,
see.
and you're gonna
I'll be like, you gotta put the Oscars on hold. I gotta watch both movies again.
You're gonna pick Moonlight.
How am I gonna pick Moonlight?
I know you're
'Cause
gonna pick
I
Moonlight.
said I would pick Moonlight.
Yeah, because you put it before La La Land.
I mean,
Stick to your guns
I
here.
have to see I should see La La Land again, though. I will say.
I mean, look.
I saw Moonlight twice.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I need to watch La La Land again.
Yeah. I've seen it twice at this point, and I can say I liked it the same. I liked it even more the second time. So, I would really like to rewatch, like Moonlight and Manchester and all them movies. I would. It'd be a nice weekend, but I don't have enough time. Oscars
Unfortunately.
is Sunday. So.
Do we wanna move into who we've talked about who's gonna win Best Picture? Do we want to move into who we think's gonna win Best Actor?
Yeah.
Best actress.
Oh
and
god,
stuff-
yeah. Let's
stuff
get to
like
it.
that. All right.
Yeah.
So for Best Actor in a leading role, we have Casey Affleck nominated for Manchester, Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic. If anybody saw that. Denzel Washington for Fences.
All right, I'm going right and saying it's gonna be Casey Affleck. There's lots of controversy, I guess, surrounding him because of his past actions, which are messed up. But even if he's a bad person, I still think that was probably the best performance in this.
Personally, I think Ben Affleck should win the Oscar for
For
Ben
for
Affleck.
what?
actor.
For what? Batman?
just to
What? Live by Night? A movie I didn't even see?
Oh my god.
You said Ben Affleck.
yeah. I said it because Casey Affleck and
Is his
Ben
brother.
Affleck, they're related. Or something
wow.
like that. That's the joke. But yeah, I think Casey Affleck will probably win. Probably should win.
Look, he's an Affleck, okay? Afflecks, they can't even lose, all right? They got that duck, that fucking insurance duck.
You don't think if you had to vote,
They got it on their side, Affleck.
if you had to vote,
Baby.
would you vote for Ryan
No.
Gosling though?
I wouldn't.
You would not vote for Ryan.
As much as I love Ryan the Goose, as much as he's one of my favorite actors, I would not vote for him.
Do you think,
Really?
Do you think Ryan Gosling will win?
No.
Because Leonardo DiCaprio ever.
Oh, yeah, one day.
Okay.
He's got it.
Leonardo DiCaprio won once he turned 41. Do you think Ryan Gosling will win one before he turns 41?
If he claws through a bear and then eats,
They make a bear movie.
maybe he has to eat like a caribou's liver or something, he would
I
win.
mean, no, see, that can't be it because you see, in cinema, you always gotta be moving forward. So, I think Ryan Gosling has to kill 2 bears.
You
and
know
then
what?
he
You're
can get
right.
the Oscar.
I'm gonna say maybe even 3 bears
Well, I mean,
because there's what's
Okay.
another actor that who's hungrier right now? Who's hungry for an Oscar?
Has Jeff Bridges ever won an Oscar?
Jeff Bridges,
oh my gosh.
Jeff Bridges is gonna make a film where he he takes those two bears and he just goes to town.
So he
And
won.
he
He won
eats-
Best Actor in 2010 for Crazy Heart.
All right, scratch that. He's already got the Oscar, and he's also a really old man.
Wait,
I-
what year did he win the Oscar for Tron?
Sorry?
What year was that?
Tron.
Yeah.
It's not. It's on here.
For best blue costume.
He's been nominated. He's been nominated 7 times. He's won once.
Oh, he's been
2010
Meryl Streep.
for Crazy Heart.
Yeah, I was about to say, make a Meryl Streep joke, but she's probably been nominated a lot more.
Yeah, she probably I think maybe 2 or 3 times that. And
Yeah.
I think she's only won 1 or 2, right?
At least 2 or 3 times.
Jesus,
No, she's won twice, right?
that's so depressing.
Hell, listen to me.
Meanwhile, Daniel Day-Lewis has he could build a house out of Oscars. What is?
See, I'm not knowledged in how many Oscars these actors
Meryl
have.
Streep has won 3 times.
Wow.
But how many times has she been? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that's at least 20 nominees. Wow. And 3 times she's won. So that's 3 out of 20.
Yep.
That's pretty unfortunate.
There are more. She has
Meryl Streep, if you're listening, as I'm sure you are, one of our biggest fans.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know, I definitely think you should have won more Oscars. Absolutely.
What year did
Let
you
me
most
see.
get robbed in? You want to see those
Me?
movies?
I mean,
Hey, how many? Can you name? Can you say how many? Because
You want me to
How
name all the
many?
movies?
no,
she
you
won?
don't have to. You don't have to name them all. Just how many?
20.
How many what?
20.
20,
All right.
yeah, we
okay.
said 20.
All right, 20. That's a lot.
She should have won Best Supporting Actress in The Deer Hunter.
Dear Hunter.
Right? Am I right?
You can't win them all. I'll tell you what. She only had 19 other opportunities.
Well, let's move on to actor in a supporting role. Am I right?
Yep.
Got Jeff Bridges.
Well,
Got
do we talk about best
No.
actress?
no. Well,
No.
Oh, do we want to talk about Best Actress?
Yeah, let's do leading,
Yeah.
supporting.
Okay.
What the heck?
Well,
Who's
Emma
nominated
Stone-
for-
Emma Stone's gonna win. Let's end the
Nah.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Wait, what are the other ones? You gotta say them.
Ruth Negga for Loving. Isabel Herbert.
All right.
Hubbard.
L.
Natalie Portman for Jackie. And Meryl Streep for Florence Foster Jenkins.
Really?
She
Meryl
was-
Streep?
Didn't she win the Golden Globe?
Actually, she did. Yeah, it's gonna be Emma Stone. I still have
It
to watch
should be
L.
Amy Adams.
Amy
What?
Adams.
It should be Amy Adams.
Yeah?
It should be
You're-
Amy Adams.
I
You
mean,
know
I'll
what?
tell you
You're
what.
right. I actually think Amy Adams should have been nominated.
Look-
This was a really good year for her.
If there's an award for best actor or actress that carried a movie, then you know what, you can give it to Amy Adams. But
Honestly, I think you could give it to Emma Stone.
you think so?
I mean, I hate to shit on
Are
the
you-
guy
are
Ryan
you-
Gosling or anything here.
You
But
thought
Emma
you said
Stone
Ryan
carries that
Gosling?
movie
No, give-
for me.
Oh my god.
Give it to Emma Stone.
Emma Stone's
No, I
scenes,
see. That's why I don't think
I think
Ryan
are a lot
Gosling's.
better
That's
than
why.
Ryan.
But
When Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone are both on screen together, they're great. They're
Yeah.
both great.
uh,
When it's just Ryan Gosling, his scenes weren't that great.
He's
when
good.
it was just Emma Stone, I thought they were
look,
really
he's
good.
really good in La La
Do you
Land.
think the scenes were worse when it was both Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone?
No, they were fine together. They
Okay,
had good
but
chemistry.
you think Emma Stone by herself was better than?
No.
No. Together they were probably the best. You think?
Well, that's the story though.
What? She was the,
Like they're both in the story. Like it'd be weird
No,
if it was
yeah.
just Emma Stone.
I
in
understand
the
that, but
whole
I'm
movie.
saying you're saying on how the solitary scenes of Emma Stone versus the solitary scenes of Ryan Gosling,
yeah.
Emma Stone succeeds. So would you say that the solitary scenes of Emma Stone is superior to both of them together?
My two favorite scenes, in the movie were both when Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling were talking.
Okay.
So, take that what you will.
Yeah.
I think when they, when they broke up, when they were arguing over dinner. Spoiler alert. I think that one was my favorite scene. And then when Ryan Gosling went to Boulder, and they were talking, that was also a really good scene. I thought those were two good scenes. Check them out if you can.
For future reference, I recommend saying spoiler alert before
Before I
you
say
drop the spoiler.
it's okay.
For the
They didn't actually break up.
Double spoiler.
Until.
Then you're gonna do third spoiler.
Until.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it.
All right.
Who knows? Who knows when or if they break up, or even if they fall in love at all? Because that totally doesn't happen in like the first act.
No, that never happens in any movie ever.
No.
One thing they never mentioned is they were in traffic together.
Yeah.
And they flipped each other off. And then they never mentioned, that's the very first scene, that's not a spoiler. And they never mentioned, they're like, hey, you're the guy that flipped me off when I cut you off in traffic. Or something like that. And I thought that was weird, like, because wouldn't she mention that? Like,
I mean, would you recognize the person?
Whoa.
They definitely looked right at each other.
When they see each other, he bumps right into her.
Yeah.
He doesn't,
After she was about to be like, hey, I like jazz now.
Yeah. But when they first see each other, they're strangers. And then they continue to be strangers until later.
Until they sing together.
Yeah.
Because, spoiler alert, it's a musical.
Did you?
They sing in this movie.
I thought you said sin together.
They also dance.
They might just sin together. We like to have fun. Okay. Really good.
Moving forward.
So Emma Stone.
Emma Stone will win.
Actress. Made.
Let me take time to explain to
gosh.
Ryan why I don't think Ryan Gosling's gonna win, and it's because of what you said.
Why are you looking at my votes?
He's great. He's great, but he's great, but it's not really an Oscar-winning performance.
Mm-hmm.
I think the work he puts into it, the dancing, the piano work, is great. It's fantastic, but we got Casey Affleck, Denzel Washington. They outshine him. Okay. Well, I think that just might be it for today's episode.
But before we wrap up, just wanted to address
Gabe,
one
don't
of
listen to
your
Gabe. Cut
picks
right
here,
now.
that dog pick.
Cut.
Don't cut.
I'd like to address one of Doug's picks here.
My cinematography?
Yeah, how did you know that was going to be the one I was going to address?
Look, Arrival had good cinematography.
I agree with you.
What's
it definitely had good cinematography.
Your choice is Arrival for cinematography.
But
is that what's controversial about that? Tell me.
Absolutely, I would say Moonlight had better cinematography. It used it so much more. I mean, like the opening scene by itself, the spinning cinematography, the spinning angle that shows, the neighborhood around it really immerses you.
Moonlight's a close second in the cinematography.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
I might change it. These are subject to change.
Okay. No, I mean all that matters is who the Academy, and of course the Academy will agree with me, but that's understandable. Let's say.
Okay, well that's it for today's episode.
All right, first of all, let's hear from our
for
sound
heck's
man,
sake.
Nick.
Oh Jesus, we have to end this.
Yeah,
Okay, hey, this is a little
Nick,
dumb
Nick.
segment. Wait, let me introduce him. This little dumb segment we decided to introduce. Don't say anything. It's called Nick's Picks. We got our sound.
Hey, it's Nick here, the sound guy with Nick's Picks.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
give you a nice little movie to maybe check out over the weeks. Movies that I think are really good as a sound guy. And I say this week, you know what I'm gonna pick? Hardcore Henry. Very good first-person movie, action-packed, a lot of fun. You're gonna really enjoy it.
All right, that's his Oscar pick.
That's his Oscar.
Nick, make sure your voice is the loudest on the mix, please, so everyone can hear that delicious pick. Okay. Thanks everyone for listening. And if anyone,
Goodbye, everybody, and don't say goodbye to Gabe though.
All right, goodbye, guys. Have a good one. Make sure to enjoy the Oscars.
Look who won for film editing, man.
all
Shitting on my
right, see
picks.
you in hell, baby.
Cue outro song.